Hi guys, this is Bean again. How are you? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I think that was funny. Anyway, well, today I will talk about earplugs and mostly about the basics. So if you're planning to stretch your ears, or if you just stretch your ears and you have a bunch of questions, then probably it will be a good video for you. I hope it will be very useful for you guys. So first of all, I would like to tell you a difference between what's the difference between the double flared earplugs and the single flared earplugs, because I get this question a lot. So I brought you some examples and I will show you guys everything. So this is a double flared plug. It has flares on the bottom and on the top as well. So if you just freshly stretched, then I would suggest not to go with this one first. First you should choose, I think, a single flared plugs, because it's much easier to put in. And then with time, when your stretched ear is healed and a little bit more relaxed, not that tense, then you will be able to easily put in any double flared plugs. So this is a single flare plug. So it has only just one flare, and this would go to the front of your ear, and this is the back. And usually the single flare plugs come with the O-ring, so you can just secure the plug from the back. So this is what I suggest to wear at the beginning. It's much easier to put them in, and you have much less chance that you're gonna actually hurt your ears. And also I would recommend to put earplugs in or stretch after a good shower or warm bath, and always use some ointments, because it makes the process way easier and smoother. And again, you have much less chance that you're gonna cause some kind of damage in your ears, so that's not good. I also recommend to use witch hazel. After that, for a couple of days, you don't really need to do anything, just just use a little bit, put a little cotton ball in the witch hazel, and just tap it around it at the front and then the back, so it will go into it. You don't need to really do anything more than that. And also, do not twist and turn the plugs inside your ears. You don't need to do it. I know if you have like nose piercing or just a normal earring, they say you need to spin it around, twist it around. It helps the healing process. With the earplugs, well, it's not the case. Just leave it alone. You can put some ointment on it, and witch hazel is really good. It really helps. And yeah, just leave it alone and give it a couple of days, and it will be much better. Don't force anything, really. I mean, if it doesn't really want to go through, then it's not the time yet to stretch up. But I will talk about this a little bit more and go into the details in another video. So yeah, let's stick with the style and the material. Definitely, if you have freshly stretched ears, I would use something organic like stone, wood, or also you can use a stainless steel. It's quite safe as well. So, and also, let's move on and talk about the shapes. Well, the most generic one is the round normal shape, single flat or double flat plugs, and also you can find on the market it called the teardrop plugs. It's because they look like a drop, a water drop. Teardrop plugs are usually double flared. I never seen a teardrop plug in a single flared version. It always has a flare at the bottom and at the top. And the teardrop plugs tend to be a little bit bigger in size. So it's definitely the plug that you want to use when your stretched ears are, the stretch is a little bit older and not fresh at all. Even I would say you can wait maybe 2 months. But you will feel when you can easily put in and out the double flat plug, then you can try to put in a teardrop plug as well. Regarding the materials, still styling. So teardrops, and then there are the tunnels. Here is one tunnel. It's also a stone plug, but you can find the same style in wood and I'm not sure what. Steel, of course, stainless steel. Yeah, you can also buy tunnel as well. It's very, from outside it's the same like the normal plugs, but inside there is a hole you can see through in it. That's why they call it tunnel, I guess. And also, what else? There are, they call hider plugs. Sometimes, you need to go somewhere and maybe it's not a good thing to have stretched ears. So hider plugs are pretty useful on those days. For example, I brought one and another one. This one is a double flare. Focus. It's a cute rose plugs. I'm sorry, I'm always mixed it up. But anyway, so yeah, this is a double flare. It has, you can see, a flare in the bottom and the flare on the top. And also here is another one. This is a single flare hider plug. So you can see from the front that you couldn't tell that your ears are gauged. And it's a single flare, so you can use it since at the very beginning, of course, in a smaller size, if you just freshly started. And it has an O-ring, you can take it off, and then when it's in your ear, you can just easily put the O-ring back. So yeah, this is a hider plug. And then also there are ear weights. It's for these are just a heavier earplugs. It's one way to stretch your ears later on. It's not painful at all. I'm personally not a big fan of it, but a lot of people like them. So it's just an example. So this is one of the style of the ear weights. They are very pretty though. This one is a stone ear weight. It's really nice. Okay, so materials, of course, it can earplugs can be made from bone, acrylic, resin, steel, stainless steel, wood, stone, of course. Oh, I have a really cool one I would like to show you. This is a concave stone earplug. You can see on the surface that it goes a little bit in. I think it's super duper cool. I really like it, but really it's just a question of style. I think they look pretty neat. So yes, and of course it can be from glass as well. I brought a glass plug with me so I can show you. They are super nice. I really like this one as well. It's a little mushroom inside. Yeah, it's pretty. Okay, and I also brought some neat stuff to show you guys because I think they are just super unique. For example, this one is a teardrop plug. You can see the shape. It's like a teardrop or water drop. Just not to be so sad. And the neat thing about this plug is it's sensitive to the UV, so it has a different color if you go outside to the sun, and a different color in the shade. Right now I'm in the shade, and I just brought a UV lamp with me so I can actually show you how it looks like if you walk out to the sun. Look at that. It becomes like this dark, from blue to dark purple. That was the blue and the purple. How cool is that? I also have another one to show you. It's similar. It's similar like this one. It's a little sparkly plug. It also you can get these in double flare or single flare or teardrop even. Hold on 1 second. So this is how it looks like in a shade. It's like pink and sparkly, and this is what happens when you go out to the sun. It becomes this really nice sparkly blue shade in the shade on the sun. I think these guys are super neat. I really like them. Okay, well, if you have any question, please let me know. Actually, there is one thing I did not mention, and since if you are just the beginning of the stretching journey, then you definitely will need that, and those are the tapers. Tapers are used to stretch your ears up. Usually I used them at the very beginning, but then I switched to another method. But tapers are, well, I have something that's a little bit similar to them. It's not a taper though, but this is how they look like. Hold on. Focus on this one. So they are like a little bit thinner at the beginning, and usually the thickest part is the size where you want to stretch it to. So if you go from 2 gauges to 0 gauges, 2 gauge to 0 gauge, then the thicker part should be the 0 gauge. And usually people just, get the taper and just push it through the hole. I think it's a little bit bored. I never did this right away. What I personally used with a taper, I got an O-ring, like a rubber ring. You can get this in all sorts of sizes, and I just pushed in a little bit, as much it was comfortable. If you feel just a little tension, that should be fine. You need to feel something. So I just I took a hot bath, and then I used some ointment, any kind of ointment, oil or coconut oil, or any kind of these kind of oils are perfect. You just put a little bit on your earlobe, and if you have a taper, then you just put it in and you squeeze it just a little bit. You feel it when it starts to be a little bit uncomfortable, and then you don't want to push it through, especially if you are super far from the end. Then you can just put the ring on the top, on the back, and then just wait a day or two. You can, during the day, just try to squeeze a little bit more and more and push the ring a little bit forward, and then 2-3 days you can just put through the whole taper, and that's it. So I think it's just sometimes it's much better to wait a little bit, and 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days with the process, then just shove it through, and then you rip your ear off, and it's gonna be bloody and nasty and hurtful, and then the whole journey is over, or at least it's paused for a while. I think the patience is really important, so it's better just to go slowly, but with the healthy ears, then just mess up the whole thing, and then you actually need to wait even more than just if you just go a little bit slower. So good luck with your journey. It's really fun. It's really cool. I do love my gauges. I have them for a couple of years now, and yeah, there are so many options out there, so many gorgeous jewelry that you can get. By the way, I am actually making earplugs, so if you would like to check out my website, then please click on the link below. I put it down just in the box, and if you have any questions, then please just let me know, put it in a comment. And I hope you like this video, and you learned some useful information. Well, I think that's it for now. Have a lovely day. Bye.